Hi, and welcome back to Inner Echo with Lala, where we heal, grow, and awaken. This is episode 5, and I am just so excited. I'm happy with all the feedbacks that I've been getting from you guys. Just thank you so much for all the love. Thank you so much. Episode 5 is called Inner Child, and the inner child in us pops up in so many different ways. So we're definitely going to get into that. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Unfortunately, our behavior as adults really mirrors our inner child. And while that may not be the case for everyone, it certainly makes sense for most of us. As adults, when things get hard, that inner child surfaces. And that's when we become defensive, we feel unsafe, and the guard comes up. And so um, we're going to get into certain areas where our inner child pops up, and our partner may not understand, or a family member, our loved ones just may not understand what's going on, but it's just unhealed trauma from our inner child. And um, it can really affect the relationship that we are building because it's not their fault. It's just not. And until we don't heal or work towards healing, we're going to continue that cycle and possibly pushing people away. Our inner child comes through when we are unhealed from what we didn't get as children, right? So, whether that's protection, favoritism, uh, abuse, um, just a lot of pain, a lot of confusion, a lot of uh, uncertainties. And that's when we create that shell and just protect ourselves. So it will look like shutting down, staying silent, when an argument happens, or getting loud and on attack mode. And the person, on the receiving end is just like, what the heck is wrong with this person? But that unhealed child, inner child, is just trying to protect themselves. They're angry, so they're going to attack or get loud. Someone who catches tantrums or just disappears for good with no explanation, no anything. That is an unhealed person. I have found that I myself have unhealed wounds from when I was a kid. I, to this day, hold something inside of me. I can't say that is unforgiveness, as I have forgiven my mom, but I it's hard to not want to protect myself, if that makes sense. My mom left me in the Dominican Republic when I was about 5, 6, I believe, and I returned when I was like 10 or so. And during those years, a lot happened. I was sexually assaulted, I was verbally assaulted, I was mistreated. I was mistreated in a lot of different ways that when I was little, I didn't realize until I grew up. Colorism was a big thing. I am Black and Dominican. And so my hair wasn't, the most soft. And a lot of, I was mocked by that a lot. They just didn't know what to do with it. And I'm just so grateful for Maria, the neighbor. God bless her. She took me and my hair, and she made me feel pretty every day. She would do my hair, so many different hairstyles, and I started to build that confidence because of her. So María, que Dios me la bendiga hoy, mañana y siempre. Y gracias por quererme y hacerme sentir bella cuando no me sentía linda. A lot took place when I was in Dominican Republic, and there, I just felt abandoned. I do understand that my mom had to leave us there for a few years until she got on her feet. She did what she could with what she could, right? So, um, I understand that now as an adult, but unfortunately, that inner child in me still feel like I need to protect myself. I need to protect myself at all times. I trust no one, and anyone can harm me at any time. Um, I'm very I'm very protective of myself, and of others, the people that I love. I've noticed that I'm very like overly protective of the people that I love, and I know that comes from a place of like this is how you protect someone. So my inner child definitely felt unprotected, like I said. Um, and to this day, I am learning to understand that not everyone in my life is here to hurt me. I'm learning to allow myself to be loved. So I understand that throughout the years, as an adult, I would defend myself, my character. I would jump on any second. What do you think? What people thought of me was like a huge deal for me because I don't know. I felt like I needed to protect my character. I was a people pleasing person. I was always like trying to, just please anyone at any cost, at the cost of my pain. I didn't give myself value. I didn't value myself um, growing up, even until adulthood. And I carried this alpha behavior because I just felt that I am the only one that knows to keep myself safe, if that makes sense. But then I also would build this, I just had this alpha behavior, it just wasn't good. And I'm sure that I've probably affected relationships with that type of mindset because I just felt like no one could keep me safe but myself. And if you feel that way, I get it. Trust me, I get it. But I want you to know that there are people that can keep you safe and love you wholeheartedly and protect you. Allow yourself to be loved. You deserve it. I deserve it. When your partner is arguing with you, is coming at you with words that are strong and just like on defense mode, attack mode, please try to just hear them out for that moment. Make them feel safe because you're not arguing with your partner. You're arguing with their inner child. You're arguing with the inner child that's trying to feel safe in the moment. So make them feel safe. If you and your partner are in an argument and it's intense, and you notice your partner getting out of a character that you're not used to, or it's just like way off, just don't level with them. Do not level with them. Just make them feel safe because that's who's there in that moment. It's not your partner, it's their inner child trying to feel safe. So please just make them feel safe. And I'm not saying it's your job to heal their wounds, but try not to trigger their wounds. I have learned that when two people are going at it, like at it, those are two children trying to be heard, trying to be seen, trying to keep themselves safe because they're they don't feel safe with each other. It's not the adults in the room. It's literally their inner child, their unhealed inner child. It's two people fighting for what they didn't get growing up. I understand that now. Two children are trying to be seen. That's what's happening in that moment. This goes for friendships, relationships, family. I mean, it goes for any relationship, right? Um, but when you love each other genuinely, you would want to put in that work. If you love your friend, you would want to put in that work. If you love your husband, your wife, your mom, sister, whoever it is, you would want to put in that work to understand them, to help them understand that you're just there to love them and not hurt them. If you love each other, that is the work you're willing to put in. Now, if the other person is like, well, this is not something I can deal with, that's not your person. Because when you are with someone, you're just not dating that 35-year-old Lauren. You're dating the 6-year-old Lauren that was molested. You're dating the 18-year-old Lauren that was, molested again. You're dating, the 5-year-old that was left in Dominican Republic, abandonment issue. So you are dating multiple versions of that person, their history, believe it or not. You are. And so if you are not willing to accept or to fight or fight to understand that person's inner child along with the adult, person, then you're not each other's soulmate or person. It's not. And that's okay. And that's okay because not everyone is built to carry those things or willing to work and grow with you. Now, it's so important to work through that inner child trauma with the person that is willing to work with you because it's not their fault. It's just not. And it took me so long to understand that. I thought that you need to make me feel listen, it's not their fault. Whatever occurred as a child is not the current person's fault, right? So you need to work on yourself so that your partner, your friend, or that, your husband or wife has the strength, the willingness, and into wanting to help you through it. So as long as you show the other person, like, look, this is who I am, this is what I've been dealing with. I want to grow. I want to grow, and help me do that. And I'm sure if they love you and if they're willing to, and if they are just You know, I mean, they love you to death. They would absolutely want to help you and be there for you. They can't stay to be punished by you, but they will stay to help you grow. So you have to understand that when you catch yourself, if you get into that space, it's not the person's fault. It's still unhealed traumas that you're dealing with, and they're there. So please don't damage or punish the people that are surrounding you, loving on you and caring for you, thinking that it's their duty or that's what they need to do. And they don't have to heal you. You have to heal you. They're just there to support, not to trigger, but to support you. It's not an easy journey. It is not an easy journey, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. You can do this. You don't have to stay. You can absolutely, you can absolutely still feel those emotions because it happened. It happened. But you don't have to stay there. You can feel it, but you don't have to stay there, especially if there are people around you who love you so much that they're willing to help you heal, willing to help you grow. But if you give that pushback and that punishment, and you are setting yourself up for failure. You have to put in the work to want to heal Because if you were someone that you love, once you stop fighting like children, you will get to love like adults. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. But you have to put in the work and you have to allow yourself to be loved. You have to allow yourself to be taken care of. Put that guard down. Not their fault. The triggers that are happening in your current relationship are just echoes from the past. So if a situation occurs and you feel yourself overreacting and you're just like, oh, how could this person do this to me? And you have all these emotions, that is your younger self that felt ignored, that felt unprotected, that felt unheard decades ago. It's not the unread text or whatever. It's not that. It's all those echoed emotions from the past. And you have to catch yourself because then you can make a big, big mistake. I've been there. Trust me. I'm sure we all been there. Healing is a constant battle between your inner child that is scared and just wants security, your inner teenager that wants justice and is angry, and your present self who is exhausted and just wants peace. Here's a quote for healing: "The wound is not my fault, but the healing is my responsibility." You have been hurt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it happened to you, and I'm sorry that you're still hurting, but you have to fight. You have to fight. You have to fight to heal. And healing, no one else can do but yourself. You can do this. You don't have to do it alone. Talk to God. He can definitely guide you through it. Therapists, friends, loved ones, you don't have to do it alone. But you have to allow yourself to be loved. Yes, you have walls, but allow some windows so that you can have some light. You deserve that. You have to put in the work. For this child, I have prayed, and the Lord has granted the desires of my heart. Lord is with you, inside of you, beside you, all around you. So whenever you feel hopeless, it's there. Let him in. Let them in. And as always, give yourself some grace. Thank you for listening to Inner Echo with Lala, where we heal, grow, and awaken.